everybody, this is Steve from Attack Rehab. Welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to be doing a remote interview with Leah, the L.P.N. She couldn't make it here, so we're going to do it over the internet and have some good questions for her. Today's topic is going to be depression. I know this is a good topic to talk about because it affected me personally after having 2 heart attacks. I think it's a good topic to talk about. It affects a lot of people. A lot of people are ashamed or feel bad about what's happening. And Leah's going to go into detail of what's really going to be happening. I have some good questions for her. First, she's going to explain what depression is. So I think we should cut to her and see what she has to say.
Hello again. Thank you, Steve. Thank you for having me back again. Today I would like to talk about depression. The most widely accepted psychobiological theory for depression is the monoamine hypothesis. This proposes that depression results from imbalances of one or more monoamine neurotransmitters. Bit of a mouthful. These are serotonin, norepinephrine, and dopamine. The hypothesis is based on the fact that levels of metabolite of serotonin are measured in our cerebral spinal fluid. They're lower in depressed people than in samples taken from arrhythmic people or non-depressed people. Norepinephrine levels may be low or high among people affected by depression. Low levels of norepinephrine help explain why some depressed people develop a psychomotor retardation, which is characterized by lack of energy, increased sleep, and little interest in daily events or responsibilities. On the other hand, some depressed people may have excessive norepinephrine. They are more likely to experience psychomotor agitation, which is such stimulating manifestations as insomnia or difficulty sleeping, pacing and distractibility rather than lethargy. The symptoms of some clients who are depressed suggest an excess of dopamine, which is associated with distortion of thoughts. In moderate to severe depression, this may be evidenced as overreactive guilt, self-blame, self-pity, and low self-worth. Neuroendocrine imbalances are interactions of our pituitary, our adrenal cortex, our thyroid gland, and ovaries. Also may actually play a role in producing depression by altering levels of hormones. The predominant feature of major depression is a persistently sad mood. You can't shake it. Okay? The persuasive sadness and accompanying psychological and cognitive changes are represented by the acronym SAD images. We'll get to that in a minute. Because the manifestations of depression may be similar to those of other conditions, a tentative diagnosis is made while simultaneously investigating and eliminating alternative reasons for the clinical findings. So let's look at our signs and symptoms of depression. S resembles the sad mood. A, appetite change, either an increase or a decrease. D is disturbed sleep, either insomnia or hypersomnia, so can't sleep and sleep too much. Inability to concentrate. The M is marked decrease in pleasure. You no longer find pleasure in an activity that you used to find pleasure in. Then we move on to the A, or apathy, including a lack of interest in sex. G is guilty feelings. E for energy changes. You're either restless or inactive. Suicidal thoughts is what represents the S. So that's sad images.
What kind of medical management are they using today, and what kind of medical management are they testing now?
Medical management. The most commonly used treatments for depression are drug therapy, okay, so, and psychotherapy And in severe cases, we have electroconvulsive therapy. Some new forms of treatment, including vagus nerve stimulation, deep brain stimulation, and transcranial magnetic stimulation, are being tried and tested. The three main categories, though, of drugs that relieve symptoms of depression are tricyclic antidepressants, monoamine oxide, oxidase inhibitors, I can never pronounce that, and multiple reuptake inhibitors, such as selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, or SSRIs. There's also serotonin norepinephrine reuptake inhibitor, which is an SNRI, and atypical antidepressants that affect the levels of norepinephrine and dopamine. Most antidepressants increase or potentiate levels of serotonin, and serotonin is the chemical in our brain that allows us to be happy.
Can you tell us what kind of moods and effects people should be looking for?
So here are some examples of mood and affect. For a happy mood, the effect is smiling, brisk walking, paying attention to appearance, showing a positive attitude, being cooperative, being creative, and gregarious. Whereas with depression, you could be looking gloomy, being inactive, neglecting your appearance, feeling empty inside, showing no initiative, or being insensitive to others' feelings, or isolation. Okay? Psychotherapy or talking with a psychiatrist will promote coping with emotional well-being. Also gaining our insights and learning techniques that are going to be able to improve our overall well-being. And there are various types of psychotherapy available. Steve and I, will get some references to be able to put online, to put up for you to be able to contact. Now, the overall need to check ourselves if we're feeling that we're falling into a depressive state is that depression can affect our whole being, because we are unique individuals and we have our physical, our emotional, our spiritual, our mental, and our what am I missing? Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual well-being all can be affected by depression, which tends to lead to having a lower quality of life. It is very important to watch for signs of depression and have someone to talk to in order to see if that is what is happening for you and get the help that you need. Okay?
Is there anything else you'd like to add, Leah?
I would like to be available to answer any questions that you might have. Steve, is there a forum for somebody to type in a question that they have? And as a nurse, I would love to answer it, both clinically as well as humanity. No, that's not the word I'm looking for either.
I think the word you're looking for is humanely. It happens to all of us. All right, well, that's another episode of Heart Attack Rehab. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's been really informative to me. Also touched me very personally because I have suffered from depression. The reason I have this channel is because I was getting depressed and I needed something to do to get my mind off of it, get myself motivated to do something. And don't be afraid. And just people can reach out. My email address is on my YouTube page. You can contact me directly, and I can get you a hold of Leah. Or you can leave a comment that you need some help in the comment section down below, and I'll try to get a hold of you. But the best way would just be to email me. I'll make sure that I check all the time to make sure that nobody gets left behind, because depression is very tough on people. So please, please, if you do need help, don't be afraid to reach out. There's lots of people that are willing to help, like me and Leah. Just please reach out and we'll make sure you get some help. And I'd like to thank Leah again for coming on the show like she has. She's been awesome. I don't know how I could do the show without her. Thanks again, Leah. And if you do enjoy the channel, please give us a like and subscribe. Thank you guys. Have a great day.